Hey guys, how's it going? I'm gonna do a quick video. I always say it's gonna be quick, and let's face it, it never is, but I'm gonna try to make it quick. So if you don't follow me a lot, you know that I breed Anatolian Shepherd dogs, which are livestock guardian dogs. My latest litter is 6 weeks old. Not my first rodeo. By far, but I will say, I always tell people when you're dealing with anything that involves animals, you can have like a rough idea of how you want things to go, right? Like I have a basic kind of a guideline that I follow with all of my puppies, dog pregnancies. I have the same basic guidelines when it comes to goats, sheep, whatever the animals will be, right? I have kind of like the same guidelines that I use, but not all the time. And sometimes you have to kind of, it has to be very fluid, right? You can't get like so hell-bent on like, I'm going to do exactly this at 1 week, and then at 2 weeks on the nose, I'm going to do this, and then at 3 weeks, I'm going to do that, because it's not going to work out that way. Because whenever you're dealing with animals or like nature, you have to be ready for things to kind of do a switch up. So this is a great example. Here we have Siva. Ignore my bags. Those are Goodwill bags that I'll probably go now and drive for 3 months in my car. Don't judge me on that. But anyway, so this is Siva. This is Mama. To my latest litter. Hi, Mama. That are 6 weeks old. So you will see how thin she is. She's very, very thin. And she actually looks better than she had even just a couple days ago. So look how regal you look. So stoic. What a good girl. Okay, so my practice is to have puppies on mom until, well, my puppies don't leave until 10 weeks at the earliest, between 10 and 12 weeks. And usually they'll stay on mom until then, stay with mom. Usually though, like at 8 weeks, I start kind of splitting the litter up, and they start having like different assignments that they'll go to in different parts of the farm and whatever. But this is an example with her, okay, of having to be fluid and flexible. Although the puppies have been on solid foods since they were like 2.5, 3 weeks and eating like monsters, I've never had puppies this large in a litter before, ever. These things weigh, like at 4 weeks, they weighed what some of my 8-week-olds would normally weigh. They're massive. So some of that is genetics. Some of it is just mom and dad are both really large dogs, the largest Anatolians that we've had. That's part of it. And part of it is the fact that she lets them nurse constantly. Constantly. I've never seen, like, she's still just not even starting to say, okay, kids, that's enough. So they have literally drained her dry to the point where she's looking like I was embarrassed. Like, people are going to think I don't know how to take care of my dogs. Or maybe I'm not feeding them. I don't know. So I was like, okay, this is bad. So we did a couple things. First of all, and she had been getting dewormed every 2 weeks along with her pups. So what I did, the first thing is got her on a different kind of wormer that targets tons of different kinds of worms. That's the first thing. And then we just really brought her in the house. It's really cold up here right now in the UP, and that cold weather is hard. You're burning a lot of calories by trying to stay warm. So she came in the house to warm up, and I actually pulled her off of her pups, which I've never done before. Pups got taken away, which she is very, very upset about. The first 2 days were bad, like really bad, and I just felt for her because I knew that I knew as a mom how that feels. Like, it's not cool, but it was for her best interest to do that, so that's what we did. So pups are not out there by themselves, though, running amok. 6 weeks is way too young to be without some type of adult influence. So they are out working with Auntie Tipper right now. She is another Anatolian Shepherd dog. She's older. She's like, I don't know if she's 6, 5. I don't know what she is, but she's like the best babysitter that you could ever ask for. She's freaking phenomenal. So she got put out there with them, and she's schooling them better than their mother did. Their mother is a soft mom and would let them get away with everything. And Auntie Tipper is like, probably not kids. She went to go in there and eat when she first when I first put her in there, and the puppies were like, no, we eat first. And she was like, I'm sorry, what? Let's try that again. Probably not. Like, this is the way a pack works. And babies don't eat first. So wait your turn. So it's good. So they're getting schooled, and mom is putting weight on. So she now, I mean, she has free choice kibble, and I've got a recipe, and I'll share it later, for with raw, and it's like ground beef, total cereal, wheat germ, molasses, oil, a dozen eggs with the shells, salt, all kinds of crazy oatmeal, like, and you just like mix it together in this huge pot, this huge vat, and then you make like meatballs out of it, and you can make it as big or as small as you want the portions to be. And so she was getting that twice a day, plus unlimited kibble, plus some raw periodically in there too, and she's finally getting back to being herself. So this was her first litter. So we know now, next time, you know, that she is bred, to keep her real stocked throughout the pregnancy. And then while she's lactating, also continue to just bump the heck out of her more so than we ever have with anybody else before. But we live and we learn, and be fluid and just roll with it, because sometimes, man, life throws you some curveballs, and you can't be rigid in your thinking. Like, you can't be like, she's struggling, like she's super skinny and she's emaciated, but they're only 6 weeks old. So, and I don't separate until 8 weeks on the nose, so we gotta wait 2 weeks. Like, that's dangerous thinking. Like, you have to be fluid. So yeah, that's what we're doing here. But she's doing great. And now it's been a few days, so she's like not as freaked out about the pups. And Tipper's doing a great job, and they're fine. They're fine. They're great. And Mama's gonna be okay too. So yeah, that's my lecture for the day. Stay fluid, stay flexible, and just roll with the changes, because there's gonna be some. Thanks, guys.